Commence primary ignition.
For Thursday, August 19th, 2021, it's the Serenno Squadcast, the official podcast of the Serenno Squad.
Hey! And this is a totally normal intro that this is the very first take.
First time. Do you believe it?
This definitely was not the third take.
You shouldn't believe it at all. We're entirely professional here.
Oh my god.
Oh, one take Stevens called him.
I love that this is just every single episode.
It's gotten into
Welcome
his head
everyone
now.
to this week's episode of the Squadcast.
We didn't bring a cue card. That's what we forgot. That's what screwed us up. We didn't have the cue card.
Yep.
Yeah, true. Well, we've got the Squadcast here today. We've got Paul.
Yes.
We have Wayne. We have Evan.
Hello.
And you have me,
Oh, it's
Gunner.
cold.
Gunner.
Welcome again.
Spilled
And,
it down in front of me.
This week we do have some Legion news, so let's
Just a smidgen.
just a smidgen.
Just a smidgen.
Oh, yeah, we're going to bring him in. Feels like I've heard this song before.
Yeah, that's weird. This is giving me deja vu.
Legion news.
That means they changed something in the Matrix.
Yeah, so as far as Legion news goes, we just have one approval photo, but that's enough.
It's more like 3 in 1.
Yeah, this
Oh yeah, that's true. Let's take a
is
look at this.
approval is definitely worth our time because they
Nice.
put some effort into it.
Hey, you know what? If you're gonna start off, this might be the way to go.
100% agreed.
Yeah, this is the cost-effective way to start and to also get a lot of prefixes next to your name.
Yeah, that's true. Congratulations, TI. Also, IC 31284.
Actually, it looks really good. The
It does.
costume
That's
does
it.
look very well.
That's my favorite tie paint job. The tears. I think that's called tears.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I like
I can't
those.
do the tears. I did everything else but them.
It's because the tears are the most common.
I just
That's
don't
true.
like them. I just don't like the look of them.
I like.
I mean, for other people, it works. It's fine. I mean, yeah, I'm so used to seeing them because you see them a lot. I just couldn't do it. But I do dig the tubes. I like the cheeks. I like everything else is fine. It's just the tears mess with me.
I think I like the tears because it's not just painting something that looks like it could be painted. Like the tubes are it's like a thing that's like it's a well-defined area that you can paint. I like the stripes because it goes all the way down through several areas and it's not really defined by the shape of the helmet. So I don't know. I think it's kind of a unique look.
Did someone already mention that at first that it looks like reflections of light? That's what I always thought that was. I thought it was just a glare on it. I didn't know there were actual tears.
Yep.
I'm not going to lie. When I first saw this pic, I thought, how many people got approved?
Wow, they're really.
And why are they
at
at Walmart?
Oh, that's true. Look,
I have to admit, yeah, I did check. It's like, wait, is this like a twins or triplets kind of thing?
I see what's going on.
Yeah, and back in my day, we would have just made a little slideshow that you had to click through from picture to picture to picture.
But yeah, this is probably the most
carousel.
Yes.
This is the most recommended. Well, not recommended. I say for people who are like, I don't have a whole lot of money. We'd tell them, here you go. There's 3 costumes for the price of 1, basically.
Yep.
And that's also they're base pieces that you can use. You could also make a gunner.
Yeah, they could have
yeah.
gone further. It could have been a quadruple if he had a gunner set up.
In all seriousness, though, once you get the reserve pilot, how often are you doing scanning crew?
Yeah, sometimes you don't feel like wearing the gloves.
That's all it is.
Could be hot out. Just be like, or you forgot the gloves.
I like
Could
the
be
little.
hot out. What are you doing dressing out?
I like the little. There's like a mechanical crew that's sort of in that same genre as the scanning crew, and it's just like wearing a salad bowl with an Imperial cog on. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
You should do it.
I kind of love it. Like it's kind of strange, but it's I don't know. I like it.
Is it already on the? Does it have a CRL?
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's I think it's called just the mechanical crew, and I think it's an IC designation as well.
Nice. Well, congratulations
Yeah,
for the
congrats.
approval of the what is that? Original trilogy TIE pilot, the TIE Reserve, and Imperial Bridge crew.
Yep.
Excellent. Congratulations. Good job.
Yes.
So yeah, that's about all the Legion news we have this week because we don't have any upcoming events yet. scheduled. But,
Well, we have one in Abingdon, I think. Is that right?
It's in October.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
A game
Ways
store
out.
opening.
We'll mention that again in a future
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh, yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Wolf's Den Gaming is opening in October. If you're in the area, you should check it out.
Nice. Cool.
Run by a good person.
How far are they from here? Was that like an hour and a half?
It's 2 hours. It's like
Oof.
if you go any further, you have left the state.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. When you think you've gone too far, go another half hour and you're there.
Yeah, we got far enough. All right. So, but we do have some channel updates.
Yeah.
So we are going to spend a little bit more time talking about our troops and the events that we actually go to. We'll have pictures and all that. Wayne is showing the mechanical crew.
The Sierra mechanical
Sierra,
crew.
Yeah. Maybe we'll throw that in post.
There's a funny story behind that one, but you finish what you're saying first.
Yeah, so we will be having that next week because this is going to be the last week of the Bad Batch reviews or summaries and.
What did we want to call the? We want.
Oh yeah, what do we want to call it, Paul? What did you say?
The after action report.
Yes.
After
action report. Here, you can clip that.
There we go. I like it. Perfect. Awesome.
Here's some
Well,
cool sound effects for it. After action report.
Now everybody listening, including Wayne with the headphones on, knows what it sounds like to be a piece of cereal in your head.
How does it sound, Wayne?
The subway voice.
Perfect. All right. Well, yeah, that's upcoming. Next week. But I guess we're gonna move right along into our top story. Was there anything else, Paul, that we needed to?
I don't think so.
Cool.
So the next episode, we'll talk about all of our past troops.
All of them forever,
All of them.
including
Starting
the
from
first
the
one.
very- yeah.
1997. Was that the first one? It was like it was for the special edition.
Yeah, it's January '97.
First troop ever.
Yep.
Sounds.
And I was there.
All right. So next segment, top story.
Excuse me, that's the wrong
What it
franchise.
would be.
What could the top story?
I think
be?
I don't care.
See, Wayne doesn't care.
I think I don't care.
All right. So.
Just like the sound effect.
Wow.
Yep, we have another episode, 2 new episodes, the final episodes.
Final episode.
Episode 16, Return to Camino, and then 15. Sorry,
Yeah.
Return to Camino, and then 16 is Camino Lost.
Yep.
Final episodes of season 1. Season 2 is coming next year.
So, last episode we had Gregor and
They were rescuing Gregor from the TK
Yeah.
training
We
facility.
learned about the new recruits being trained by the Empire. They're phasing out the clones. Hunter got captured. That's where the previous episodes left off.
Gotcha. And we're under the impression Lama Su was. Killed?
I'm gonna be honest. I cannot tell any of the Kaminoans apart. I don't know who is who. All their voices sound the same. They all look the same to me. I don't know what's a Lamasu. I don't know what a Nala Se is. The Prime Minister could be any of them. I don't know.
Lama Su is the Prime Minister. He's the one who talked to Obi-Wan.
Is someone that has a
episode 2.
dangly thing?
No.
He has the ridge. He's got
Yeah.
the fin.
So we
Oh,
really
yeah,
only
okay.
know 2 Kaminoans.
Three.
Who's the third
Three
one?
by name.
There's
Tom
Nala
Wee.
Se.
Yeah, there's Lama Su, Tan Wee, who were in Attack of the Clones.
Yes.
And they have both popped up in Bad Batch. And then there's Nala Se, who is the main
Scientist, right?
Kaminoan scientist that we've seen in Bad Batch and Clone Wars.
Did we see her
We
in
did
Attack
see
of
the other
Clones?
one. We got her name, the one that gets killed trying to drop off the money. They
Oh.
did say her name, but she's only in the one episode.
Yeah,
Wasn't
there's-
that one of
There's
the-
one-off characters. There's
Yeah.
a Kaminoan senator at some point in Clone Wars.
Oh boy.
But yeah, the 3 that you need to pay attention to is Lama Su, Nala Se, and Tan Wee.
They all look
Lama
the same.
Su is... I don't know if he's dead or not, but he's having a bad day.
Oh no, he's done.
Yeah.
He's
As
the
soon
one
as
who
those
was,
doors closed,
Yeah. Okay.
he was done. He wasn't coming out of that room on his under his own steam.
He's not happy. Just
No.
nothing good is coming out of.
He's not happy. He's at peace.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So that-
He's resting.
Yeah, and Hunter, he was captured, so
Yeah.
that's he's in custody of Crosshair actually. So
Yeah, Crosshair captured him, and then so return to Camino. Or, did I do it? No. It feels like the second one should be Return to Camino, not the first one.
Well, but in the episode 15, they were returning to Camino.
I know, but just if you're talking about a two-parter and the first part is called Return, it throws my brain off.
I see what's going on.
Yeah.
So they do get to no, Hunter's on Camino and
Yeah,
Crosshair gets
when we open up episode 15, Hunter has been taken to Camino by Crosshair and Crosshair's crew.
He's setting up a trap with
Yeah.
Hunter's comm
Yeah,
link.
because he knows if he triggers the comm link to let the rest of the crew know that he's alive, they're gonna come for him, so he can eventually get all of them together.
Yeah, so they find a way through it's like a platform.
Yeah, it turns out Omega knows this secret entrance that nobody else seems to know about,
It's Tube City.
which seems to imply that Nala Se was up to something. She had something else going on the side that maybe not everybody knew about.
I'm thinking all of the enhanced clones, they weren't sanctioned so much as that was her experiment and it just happened to work.
That's
Because she said all of them had been in those tubes.
Yeah, I think it's in the second episode when they come back up through. Yeah, I think Omega says something to the effect of, "Yeah, we've all been here," or something like that.
Yeah.
So could she have been? She created Clone Force 99 and then just kind of dropped him back into the system and was like, hopefully they think. Or was she like, here's special clones? Or did they just find out later when they were like, hoo-hoo!
I think
That one.
she I don't know if she created the process, but that's where she worked on it. She oversaw it, and then she introduced it, and they were like, okay, this works. What else you got?
Yeah, I think
And she was allowed to work in her own, like they
whether
didn't
it was-
question much.
it may not have been on the books per se. It might have been kind of like on the secret, like, "Hey, go tinker with their genetics and see what you can come up with."
Yeah, go build
Well,
an
that's the
underwater
thing
tube
is-
system.
What she built isn't what the Republic paid for.
Right.
So that's her as a kind of a side gig as the Kaminoans were like, well, we've got all this. What else can we do with it? Maybe we can do something and, this will help the war effort or this will help whatever. This may help us.
Or in their attempts to, modify the original Jango Fett, make it more docile and all the stuff that they did. Maybe like, oh, this makes him huge, but stupid. It's
who are you
implied
talking about?
somewhere along the line that Bad Batch, there's been a number of experiments. These are just the ones that worked beneficially. Somewhere else, there's one with like a hand growing out of his forehead. It's just, no, let's put that one down and just kind of flush that one down the toilet. But so Omega seems to be the only one who knows about this landing platform and kind of secret entrance into the city. So that's how they get into the city, and turns out Crosshair knew they were coming all along, so it was just kind of like,
Didn't matter where they came through.
yeah. But then at the end, we find out Crosshair's he's just naturally a jerk. Because, there's finally the big confrontation, and Crosshair and Hunter are facing each other down, and he's like, Hunter's trying to talk him down. He's like, this isn't you. It's just your chip overriding your brain. He's like, I had my chip removed.
I like how they were like, well, when did you have it removed? And he's like, does it matter? And they're like, yes, it matters really a lot.
Definitely does.
So that makes me wonder, when did he get his chip removed?
He's saying it doesn't matter because it's
Whenever
gone.
he
still
got
has
hit
his
to where
mind.
it caused that scar.
Yeah, I'm
That's
thinking it got removed at the same time he got set on fire.
That's what I was thinking, but it'd be cool if he had removed it before Order 66, and he just is like,
Like he
That
was
bad.
ahead of the curb.
That's how they got him in the first place. Is when Order 66 happened in the first episode, he was kind of like, I kind of want to kill this Jedi. He wasn't full on, but he was definitely like, I want to shoot somebody. And then by the end of the episode, they were taking his thing up to 11.
Oh yeah, that is true. Been a while since that episode.
May. Started on May 4th, ended on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, so he, even with his chip removed, he's working for the Empire under his own.
He believes in it.
He's a douchebag.
Yeah.
He's just always been a douchebag.
You think he really wants to follow orders that bad?
It's just
What else
weird.
does he have? What else does he know?
But he has to know that the ultimate
Bad
intention
Batch.
is they're gonna get rid of him. Like they're getting rid of all the clones. And he's like, well, not me. I'm special. Like, bro, you're not special.
Yeah,
They're
I think
gonna-
that's what Hunter was trying to tell him.
Yeah.
But he was like, no, I'm good enough. And yeah, like Wayne said, all he knows is military following orders. And we've seen all season how the rest of the Batchers have been like struggling with life outside the military.
I think the next season is definitely that's gonna be a major conflict because, I mean, the Empire basically tried to kill him or didn't try to kill him, but was like, we don't care that you're down there. We're gonna kill you whether you're there or not. So that's
Yeah, I was hoping that would be like a trigger for him, but
yeah. He was just like, no way, these guys are still great. I'm like, bro, you got a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see where he goes in season 2. If he'll still be loyal, or if he'll go off a bit more on his own.
That's where I was glad that they had announced the season 2 before they did the finale. Because if they'd have done the finale and I didn't know that there was a season 2, I would have been pissed.
With him just standing there on the platform.
Yeah, and then just fly off.
So they, he's kind of forced to. Well, actually, Hunter and Crosshair, Crosshair's ready to gun him down.
So they've pinned him in the training arena where the Empire tried to kill him the first time. And turns out Crosshair's like, I want you guys to rejoin me and to show you.
Oh yeah, we gotta.
I don't quite know what he was trying to do with this, but he killed his own guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that was
he
that was probably between these two episodes. That's probably the most shocking thing.
He needed
great
them
shot.
to trust him.
Yeah.
He needed to get his point across, and he wasn't sure how those guys would react to his offer to them.
Yeah.
So it's best to take them out so where only he can talk to them. If they came with him, fine. If not, he thought he could take care of them.
He also told him to stand down, and they were like, nope, not gonna stand down.
Yeah.
I think they saw it as a sign of weakness.
Shouldn't they tell Crosshair, the blasters have a stun setting. Not everything has to be a headshot.
Well, I don't think
all he
the
knows.
sun will ricochet like that.
I don't think.
He
think
actually
his.
cut the visor on his helmet to fit the scope on his rifle. He ain't worried about stun.
I don't think his rifle has a stun. I don't think he cares.
Yeah, he took that out too.
As long with his implant. Yeah. So they end up knocking him unconscious with a stun and kind of dragging him around.
Yeah, they're like, you're coming with us. Because conveniently, at the same time, the Empire's been evacuating the city. And they're like, okay, well, it's not good enough that we've evacuated. We need to make sure nobody else can get here. So we need to just blow it up.
Fire at will.
It would. I think it would have had a little bit for me. It would have had more impact when they destroyed the city if there had been people in it. Because like when they were destroying the city, I'm like, I don't really care that much about the city.
There's about
There's
six
no people left.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
well, they, because they evacuated everyone out of the city. But if it was like when they blew up Alderaan, because they blew up Alderaan and there were like a zillion people on the planet.
You're sugarcoating it. They evacuated their people and the people that they felt they could use.
Yeah.
They didn't evacuate the other people. They're just not there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They killed them all before they destroyed the city.
Or they're prisoners somewhere, or
Yeah.
they're not happy.
I don't think that phrase is strong enough.
Some of them are at peace.
Yeah, that makes.
Yeah, the
Anyways.
Empire was unaliving some people.
But they
Would explain why we don't see very many Kaminoans in the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that kind of bums me out about this is like it was heartbreaking just watching the Star Destroyer just hover there and just blast the city to bits. That means we never got the level that was in Battlefront 2, the original, where the clones fought against the Empire. Like there was a batch of clones
Yeah.
that were still loyal to the Republic and fought against the Imperials.
Yeah.
So we never got to see proper clones versus stormtroopers.
It ain't over yet.
I mean, isn't
yeah,
that kind
season
of
2.
yeah? Isn't that's basically just the Bad Batch now?
Well, I mean, like in numbers and
Yeah.
not just like 4 dudes.
Yeah.
No, but there was the commander that there were people that dropped their guns for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
So
There's still some out
they're
there.
not all. Yeah.
So maybe we will see a version of that next.
'Cause you don't see it on Camino. It's just that Battlefront 2 was always
Yeah.
just that was a very memorable part of that story.
So yeah, Tarkin
I'm feeling very old. Like, damn it.
Tarkin orders Rampart to destroy the city. They gun it down, and then because it's like basically an oil rig, it just sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, there was a funny meme I saw. It was Korg from the end of Thor Ragnarok, when he's just like, he's like, oh well, the supports are still in place. It can be rebuilt and be the haven. And be like, oh, the supports are gone. There's no coming back.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And they kind
Built a
of
good foundation. And,
Yeah.
No, no. it's
Yeah,
fine.
they turned Camino into that planet where the Colossus lands in Resistance. It's just a water world.
That thought did cross my mind at some point. Like, well, are there any Kaminoans left? What happens to the Kaminoans? Did they just kind of...
Well, that's the thing is, like there was the city where, all the stuff happened, but I don't think that city was the only place on the planet, and I think that the Kaminoans could like swim and breathe underwater
I was
because
gonna
there's
ask,
the
can't
ones
they
that
swim?
were there's the ones that fly in from under. So he was coming from somewhere. The one when you first get there, and there's
Yeah.
the one flying underneath the water, and then it pops up above the water,
He's on
and
the,
he's
the
just riding
whale.
on the back of it.
Yeah.
Where the hell's he coming from?
They abandoned that whole.
Yeah, that is true.
They haven't
So-
seen anything like that in the.
Yeah, he did.
You saw him in the Bad Batch.
No, in Clone Wars.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
I
that, but I'm
remember.
saying they didn't bring that back at all.
Yeah, but I mean, there's got to be more to that than just the city.
There should
Okay, because we've only... All the times we've been to Camino, we've only been to that one city.
Topoka City.
I feel like
Yep.
there's probably like some
Maybe
type
there-
of Gungan,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe like the Gungans.
underwater like city, just like the Gungans have. Why not? Why wouldn't they have?
It's a hidden city.
It's a hidden city. So yeah, that's the end of episode 15. Return to Camino.
It was very reminiscent of Star Trek: The Next Generation with them firing on the Borg, and it just goes, fire and cuts to black.
Yeah, except you don't have to wait 3 months for the next part.
Yeah.
Dang. Wrong podcast. But I do see the similarities. So yeah, they're at the bottom of the ocean, Bad Batch, and
You know how happy I am that AZ made it?
That was heartbreaking. That damn little droid. As you see his power start to go, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, so
oh, don't do it.
we
Don't
didn't
you
mention
dare rip my heart out.
Last episode they do run into AZ, who's been hiding, and
I don't feel like I cared that much about AZ. Like, was he in?
He's
'cause-
in the Order 66 arc of Clone Wars with 5s. He's the droid with 5s the whole time on Camino.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen the Clone Wars. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I watch those episodes a lot.
he's better than
Also, I've been
Cad
working on
Bane's
costumes,
sidekick.
yeah.
No, that's a different droid completely.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying he's a better droid
Oh, God, yes.
than that annoying ass.
I like that
Annoying
annoying ass droid.
I like AZ better. AZ.
Well, yeah, definitely. But I like that droid too.
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah, I can see why you like them. Yeah. So they
So Camino Lost, aka the Poseidon Adventure.
yeah.
Everything's falling apart and slowly filling with water, and
There's a lot of
that
debris.
underwater stuff is rough. Like that just gets my anxiety.
Claustrophobic.
Just to go in.
Good God.
yeah, like Omega and Crosshair end up separated, and they're in the one room that's just filling with water as the guys are on the other side trying to
Crosshair's
force
pinned
open the
underwater.
doors. And
And it's not just like they're on a boat that's sinking. Like they're already at the bottom of the ocean. Like even if they get out, they're on the bottom of the ocean.
Surprised me how shallow it actually was. When it finally rests, I was like,
I guess you're right.
it's more like a lake
Yeah.
than the ocean. Because you could literally still see the surface of the water once they hit the bottom.
yeah.
But they were zoomed out quite a bit, and that was a pretty big dome that was down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna build, if the Kaminoans really are like partially underwater, if you're gonna build something that's gonna be above the water, you don't want to be the Jetsons where you've got 3 miles of.
Oh, I know. I'm
Pillars.
just saying, it gives the impression that the whole planet is an ocean, and it's not.
Well,
It's just covered in water.
everything we've seen of the planet is water, and
Not necessarily an ocean.
we've seen. I don't know what the difference there is, but we've seen where it does go deeper.
Yeah, but it felt more like Naboo had deeper water than this place.
That's true.
Well, Naboo was different because the water actually went through the planet core.
Yeah, and this might just as well.
Are we sure
'Cause-
that the water goes through the planet core?
Is that-
I know
Yes.
that's what they say, but that doesn't make any sense.
It's Star Wars.
Doesn't
Doesn't have to make any sense.
There's no geophysics in Star Wars.
Possible that the water goes through the planet core.
Don't question it.
my like, what do they call that? Like head canon that they're not actually going through the core. They're just going through a place that's called the planet core.
They just call it the planet core because it's just a little tunnel that goes kind of deep.
There's a bar down there with like 4 dudes in it.
Welcome to the planet core.
Yeah, it's got a big,
So hard to
big
get
sign.
here, but the drinks are great. Welcome to the planet core.
That would be a good T-shirt. Good advertisement.
We're literally dealing with the thing with we've got space wizards and people that get chopped in half and live.
Look, I draw the line at inaccurate geophysics. Okay.
Bombs don't fall in space.
Oh.
Yeah, but it looks cool as hell.
Just for the record, those bombs do fall in space. It's physically accurate. Or accurate physics.
Oh, well, good.
Follow your Newton laws. Anyways, Bad Batch.
Yeah, so they're trying to figure out how to make it to the surface. There's all that they have, well, the only hope they have is the tube system to get back to the ship.
Yeah, it's just kept being like one tense thing after another. It was
Yeah.
just cliffhanger, 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 cliffhanger. Hey, they made it. Oh, they only made it this far. Hey, they made it. Oh, the power's out. Hey, they made it. Oh, there's a giant
Sea creature.
kaiju thing outside that's gonna eat them.
So they do have to at one point get the power back up so they can ward away the giant sea creature.
Yeah, which was kind of cool.
It was. It looked really cool too. It looked just as good as the sea creatures in episode 1. Like
Yes.
the
Looked a lot like
animation looked so good.
I couldn't tell. The whole episode was so dark. I had no idea what was
You
going on.
gotta,
through
you
half
gotta
of it.
adjust your TV brightness, man.
We like a few minutes into it, we were like, okay, we gotta turn the lights off and do like very cinematic.
We had all the lights off, and I felt like I was watching the last seasons of Game of Thrones again. It's like, what? I was like, I'm just gonna go off of context clues. I'll figure it out later.
adjust your brightness, man.
Yeah, that's mine is unnaturally bright. So when you look at it, the darkest black is like gray, but
like-
you can see it there.
He's like, it's midday. Why are they having so many problems?
Hunter's TV settings are set, some would say, unnatural.
It is very unnatural, but
Um,
but I see what's going on. That's for sure.
And then of course we get to the end, and they make it out safely, and there's Crosshair just like, no, I'm just gonna chill out here on this thing, hoping that a scout ship will fly by and pick me up, and they won't just leave me for dead.
Yeah. I'm hoping Dad comes back from his cigarette run here soon.
Oh, before they get that, but the way that they get up is pretty interesting. So they get a whole bunch of those tubes,
Oh yeah.
hop in them. I guess there's enough air in it so that whenever they blow the wall of the ship and the water rushes in, they could just float up in their tubes. But they're worried about all the debris falling, and that's where
Yeah.
AZ.
He has to use his last bits of power to guide them and save Omega.
Yeah, and it's really sad. And then at the end, he pushes her to safety, and then he's kind of falling down to the ocean.
Just clamp on.
Maybe he didn't want to hold on. I don't know. Maybe
Maybe he's got a thing when his power goes out, his clamp releases.
Yeah, yeah.
It could be a safety measure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's the last thing you want to do is when the power goes out and just, all of a sudden it's just stuck clamped onto something. I wasn't going down that road, but
But then Crosshair comes through and actually, that makes the most. That's the only way they would have saved him at that point, because Omega just hops out of her little tube.
Oh, I was like, you dumbass! No.
I was like, what are you doing?
yeah.
Saving him.
And I forgot that I was supposed to care about the droid, so I was like, just let the droid go. I don't care. I've only seen it for 1.5 episodes.
Well, it worked out because I don't think Crosshair could have shot a harpoon at Omega, but shot it at the droid, and it worked out just fine. Saved both of them.
Yeah. At that point, I was like, I honestly did not know. It was like, is he going to shoot him? Is he going to save him? I honestly did not know what he was going to do at that point.
Yeah. It was good, though.
And then
There's one final scene
Yep.
the final scene, which
after they depart from the.
so Evan, you might get this reference considering you read Heir to the Empire most recently. The place where they're at has been confirmed in the episode guide to be Mount Tantus on Wayland.
top story.
I know.
That was the location
Excuse
of
me,
the
that's
cloning
the
facility
wrong
in the Heir to the
franchise.
Empire series.
I think I know where you get.
Yeah, where Thrawn was making his clones.
I don't really remember much about that book. I just remember thinking, I was like, these just
Wasn't there
feel
3
like...
of them?
I was like, this just kind of feels like the extra adventures of Luke, Han, and Leia, and I don't know. I was expecting, like, it didn't feel like the movies, and so I just didn't get into it.
And then we got the ultra confusing somewhere there are 2 detachment leaders arguing with each other, because at the end, as we're going through this facility, we see what we would call Republic commandos, but they're Imperial commandos now at this point.
Okay.
But the character sheet that got posted on Monday called them Imperial Royal Guards.
I can guarantee you that the detachment leaders are not fighting about this, because if anything, the Royal Guard detachment is trying to figure out a way to have less costumes. They're not arguing. He's like, "Don't worry, I don't want this." He's like, "If there's this detachment should build only one costume. It should be the Return of the Jedi Royal Guard, and that's it."
Give them to the Pathfinders.
Spec Ops. For those who aren't aware, Spec Ops detachment is sort of a catch-all detachment in the 501st.
Where do we put this?
Yeah,
Spec
like
Ops?
the Mud Troopers are like, it's Imperial Army. Well, we don't have an Imperial Army detachment. Throw in Spec Ops. It's black. Throw in Spec Ops. It's red. Throw in Spec Ops.
Has anything come out of Spec Ops and gone into an actual?
Yes. And the people in Spec Ops who started working on it there got very upset about it.
Oh, why? Why?
Which one? What came out of Spec Ops?
Flame Trooper? Something from the First Order. Something from the new movies was started. Maybe it was the Shore Trooper. Was started there and then it got shifted over.
I think
to
it was
another
the Shore Trooper. Yeah, it was the Shore Trooper, I think. And then they sent it to the Pathfinders.
one.
Nice.
I was looking at the Republic Commando again today, the Battlefront 2 version. It's so beautiful. The new CRL. But I did confirm it's all 3D printed.
Wait, there's a new CRO?
Yeah, we talked,
we
about,
talked about it
weeks and weeks ago.
Uh,
It's the Battlefront 2 version, which is sort of like a idealized version, and all the pieces are like, if you look at the old Republic Commando, all the pieces are like big and bulky, and it looks kind of weird, like on a person. The Battlefront 2 version looks like way more normal on a human.
Yeah, they got the sizing and
Yeah,
I
like
can't talk.
everything is more proportional. The backpack is smaller. The knee on the old Republic Commando looked like a big giant growth, but on this one it's more like
It's
with
a
the rest
tumor.
of the armor. I love it, but it is 3D printed and it looks phenomenal. So it'd be fairly easy to make. I mean,
Oh.
not easy, but you could easily. The files are out there. It's all approved if you wanted to make one.
It's a cheap way to make it for sure. Cheaper way.
cheaper.
Not easy. Yeah, cheaper. Yeah,
I would say yeah.
I'd still prefer a
Cheaper in a sense.
Apparently,
The initial investment is not cheap.
supposedly Walt is working on a vacuum-formed version of the new Republic Commando from Battlefront 2 that's now been approved. So that's always the way that I would go, is vacuum-formed over 3D printed. A lot less time to assemble.
Considering I've got a third of a helmet. Just a third of the helmet is going to take 4 days on my printer.
Are you printing the Rogue One?
No,
Helmet?
I'm printing a clone trooper helmet for Wayne.
Oh, for some reason I thought that was a stormtrooper.
And it's so big it takes 4 days per part.
Per part? No.
No, the face is going to take the longest because it's the largest and most detailed.
Largest.
We gotta get it on there
Cover
somehow.
this face.
Yeah. For the children's sake. I'm just kidding, guys. Wayne's a beautiful man.
Okay.
And in Dungeons
Welcome
and
to
Dragons, he's a
Lycast.
beautiful woman.
Yeah, he's a beautiful, partially clad woman.
Also a thief. You're a pickpocketer.
I think we've confused everybody.
We
We're-
played our first in-person D&D session with, actually, everyone here was
Somebody
in
just
it.
hit the stop button. Well, it got too geeky for me.
We're at the end
I
here.
have my
We're
limits.
actually cutting it kind of short, so I figured we might as well just. We got nothing else to do
What,
but talk
ramble?
at this point. Yeah, I guess so. Normally we
Hey, they
ramble
want-
during the episode.
They want to hear about our lives.
we have a contest we have to pay off.
Oh yes, so we do have a name for our beautiful assistant, this mannequin here.
Oops, hit the mic.
Shout out to one of our fellow squad mates. We have a name, and that name is Olga. Yeah,
Olga,
Here she
everyone
is.
meet Olga. Hello. Weird voice.
Yeah,
Okay, didn't
Evan will
expect
be
that, Olga.
the ventriloquist voice for
Yeah.
Olga from henceforth.
name's Olga.
Yeah, so
She
what is
needs a
this,
haircut.
Is this a tank trooper? What is this?
That's a AT-AT commander.
AT-AT, sorry. So, yeah, she sports it, and
AT-AT.
she, yeah, this is the helmet that, what's his face from,
General Veers?
yeah,
That's
from
so
Indiana Jones, too. Right?
Oh yeah, he was in Indiana Jones.
He was the actor was,
Walter Donovan in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
yes, the first one, because he was, trying to get a hold, wait, did you say Last Crusade?
Yes, it's the third movie.
I was thinking he was the one after. No, it was the Grail. It was the Grail.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't remember who the actor was that was after the Ark of the Covenant. He was like a.
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
I don't remember. his
I
name.
can see him now. He looks totally different because I can see him with
You're not
Marion in the
used to
tent.
chin strap on her?
I
Yes,
do,
this
but
is
it's
the
easier to
Indiana
just pop on and
Jones
off.
Dungeon and Dragons Squadcast.
Star Trek.
No,
We did mention Star Trek.
We did.
Gunner's like, I draw the line at Star Trek.
I'm not that.
Even though he stares at a Star Trek poster the entire time we record.
I do actually. I was just if you rewind it like 30 seconds ago, I was just staring at it because it's right there.
Well, like
I'm
the
not
old JJ
Against it, I
Abrams
like it.
prize.
It's fun. But yeah, so Olga here. Thank you.
Yep.
You know who you are.
We will be in contact regarding how to send out the patch.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's right. So
we-
I-
Well, that's what I'm asking now.
And we troop with you, so we don't have to mail it.
it's
Well,
true.
we might
you
have
will
to because
want
it might be
to.
months before we get
That's
another
true,
show.
yeah. Maybe we'll be mailing it.
Well,
Thanks for listening.
yeah. So we did pass. We gave out a few of the patches over the last couple weeks.
Did we?
Gave one to John.
Oh, yeah.
Gave one to Peter. I think that's it. Just those two.
Why are we even trying to make people earn them then if we're just handing them out to everybody?
No. They have earned them,
They were
but they are
for you.
Yeah,
they
that's
are
right.
waiting.
Yeah,
They've all
both did.
contributed.
Yeah,
They
did.
all have. There are still some more that I have to get out there. Gotta
So-
There's
give
2 more I can think of.
Eric,
And
And James.
Adrian and
James,
Sean.
James.
Oh
needs,
yeah, Adrian and Sean were on that episode.
That's right. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that was a great episode too because that was one of our only
Oh yeah, James.
like. I mean, we were kind of promoting something kind of important there. That whole
Actually, if you
back
give
to
me
school
one,
thing that they do every year.
if you give me one, I can give it to James because I'm almost done with this tie palette. And
Sweet,
and give it back. And I'll just toss it in there with it. Let him know.
I will. Definitely. Wait, where are you gonna see James now? Sorry, I brain farted. Where are you gonna see James?
I'm not even going to tell you because I just told you.
I know,
and you
I know.
Completely were like, beep, bop, babbity, beep, bop, beep, beep. Oh, were you talking?
There's circus music going on in here.
Did you say my brain farted?
Beep, bop, beep,
There we
I'm
go.
not sure what I just
Don't
said.
put me on the spot. It's obvious that I've got dementia and
I have you can say I had a brain fart, but you do not say that my brain farted. It's just something's wrong there.
no, my brain farted, dude. Seriously, I can smell it.
Oh,
It's bad.
okay.
Don't
It's-
ask me. I'm just saying.
it's not that
finishing
important.
I'm finishing up James's tie palette. I'll see him in person when I give it back to him.
You're just not gonna. There's no event or anything tied to
No.
that. That's where I thought I missed
Be
something.
driving by, they'll meet at a place. He's just gonna shove it out of the car and keep on
Not
driving.
even
I don't
gonna
care
stop.
how it happens.
Catch.
I was just curious. Yeah, that might be the best way, considering the the COVID.
Anyways,
Well,
we've got Olga. We have no more Bad Batch until next year.
yeah, this is what it looks like when we have nothing to talk about.
What are
We have-
what's next?
Aren't you glad you tuned in?
Aren't you glad you're still here?
is Book of Boba Fett this year?
Yeah, it's in December.
yeah.
Visions is coming out the end of September.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever talked about Visions.
I
Have
thought
we?
it was into August.
No, it's the end of September.
That's the anime one.
Yeah.
I honestly, I do not watch anime, but I'm really excited about it because it's like, holy crap, something different. It's not live action. It's not just another Clone Wars series. This is something brand new.
Yeah,
And I'm
I'm
kind of pumped for it.
absolutely not an anime guy. I've seen Akira and 1 or 2 Miyazaki movies, and that's it. Literally, that's it. At conventions, I see the same costumes. Like, oh, I know that's from an anime
Naruto.
thing because I've seen 3 of you today. You're from the ninja one. You're from the robot one. You're from the pirate one.
In my mind, any of the anime costumes at cons, that's my spec ops. If I see a costume and I don't know what it is, it automatically goes into, it's probably anime. And 95% of the time, I'm going to be right.
It's true.
Yeah, it's anime or it's a video game.
It's anime or it's an Honor Harrington costume.
No. We can't, no.
What hooked me
Oh,
in
okay.
that Visions trailer is when the freaking samurai Jedi guy pulls. It's like he's like pulling a sword out, but it's a lightsaber. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, the trailer just came out a couple days ago. It looks really, really cool. I'm just excited to see just a completely different take.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it'll all be like new stories that's canon, right?
Is it canon?
That's what I'm most excited about. That's what I get excited about with like the Bad Batch and all this stuff. Because even though it's not a live action film, which most people are, when they think of Star Wars, they think of the live action films, and the cartoons sometimes throw people off. But like, yeah, I don't know.
It's fake and it's in space.
Yeah, but it's, I guess, it's just people don't take it as seriously. But I look at it as another,
It's
extension.
happening-
It's an extension of the Star Wars universe and story.
In what, like having stuff be canon, it gives an air of it being like this persistent, ever evolving universe. And when stuff is happening, like in the old days in Star Trek, and I guess it's still sort of happening, like you would have a new Star Trek book come out, and people just wouldn't read it because it'd be like, oh, I don't care, it's not canon. They're just gonna retcon it in the next series, the next episode, whatever. So you just have a lot of people like that.
It's almost like a history.
Star Trek books have never been canon.
I know.
They've made that very clear from the beginning. The
There's been
books
some-
are one universe. The shows and movies are another. If the two relate to each other, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna.
Well, they do sometimes, especially now with Lower Decks, where they pulled in stuff from the Titan books.
But I mean, like, yeah, if they do it that way, that's fine. But the books will always be considered
Yeah.
a lower level.
Yeah. What did they call it in the old days before Disney took over Star Wars? There was like G canon or something.
Oh, people went all nuts with it's G level canon means it's from George Lucas.
Nerds.
And there's like C. I'm trying to remember them all. There was like C level canon, which means it was like
Comics or
yeah, it was like the books are at one level, the comics are video games.
And it was like certain things could like retcon other things, but there were like things that like if two things happened and it was clear that they could only have happened one way, like there was a certain level of canon where it's like, okay, it's that one. That one's the one that happened.
Yeah, it was whatever was higher up on the list. That's the real version of what happened.
I almost feel like that sort of happened in Mass Effect, like as it went on, and like because you could do this or that, and eventually they had to sort of create some sort of persistent story, and so sometimes they'd be like, well, yeah, if you want to continue the story, then that happened and not that.
Things happened off screen that you didn't know about.
Yes.
so yeah, the new Visions.
Yeah, so Visions is September 22nd. I think it starts.
Do we know how many episodes?
7, I think.
Is it gonna be different episodes from like different artists, or is it all
Yeah.
gonna? So it's gonna be kind of like a what is it?
They're
Love,
each
Love Actually.
that show
What?
that was on Netflix. The Love, Sex, and Robots. Is that what it's called?
Love, Death, and Robots.
Death and
Love,
Robots.
Sex, and Robots. I can't
Love,
remember.
Sex, and Robots.
Was it sex or was
Stay
it death?
tuned
think
after the
it's
show
Death.
for some love.
I think
Sex,
it's
and
Death. I
Robots.
haven't seen it. I think it's Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah, I think you're right. But
Yeah.
that is, which is, I think, somewhat related to like the heavy
Anthology
metal.
is the word you're looking for.
Yeah. So, but it's all different artists
Yeah, it's-
under the same title.
Love, Death, and Robots.
Thank you.
Yeah, Love, Sex, and Robots is on a different.
I like
streaming
the
service.
yeah.
You got to go into incognito mode.
You got
And your work,
ExpressVPN.
and your work computer will block it.
Yes, it's an anthology series. I believe each episode is done by a different animation studio.
Different director, probably.
Different directors, different styles.
They did that with
I
Halo,
don't believe
didn't
there's
they?
any characters carrying over. I think they're all different times in the timeline.
I don't know what you're talking
We will say at best it is canon adjacent.
They did a Halo movie several years ago, I think, called Halo Legends, and it was pretty much the same. It was like 5 to 10 minute like little shorts, and they were all done by different artists. And so some would actually be like an anime style, and some would be like Western style. Some would be like CGI, like Clone Wars. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. But
Cool.
I am excited for it.
Yeah, and then we'll probably roll. I don't know if we probably won't roll straight into Book of Boba Fett, but it'll be pretty close in. Yeah,
Rock and roll.
which I'm not going to build any more costumes until that comes out, because I have a feeling in that show there will be a wealth of very cool costumes that I'm just I'm planning. I'm like, if I have to sell one, it's going to be that one right there. Mr. First Order TIE Pilot. That's the first to go if I need a new costume.
Really?
Mhm.
Why?
Because I could probably sell him and
It was
fund...
at the premiere. It peaked. There's no higher he could take it.
I broke him
Do you
too.
have a certificate of authenticity to sell with it? 'Cause jack that price up. You could sell that little carpet square with it.
Ooh, I could. Yeah.
What you do is you have to find the time codes on the live stream as to where you were on camera.
You couldn't see me. I was in row 3. I was in a black costume standing against a black background. I think some
You
people...
could sell it as screen used.
Yes, yeah.
Because when you were wearing it, there was a screen nearby. Somewhere there, things were being filmed, and you were on the screen.
I think someone actually did sell a screen-used stormtrooper because they were an extra in
Yeah, one of the Mandalorian
Mandalorian
suits got sold.
I think they sold it for a lot of money.
Yeah, it was.
$1 million.
I think it
Yeah,
was like
it
$4,000 or
was-
$5,000.
Yeah, it was definitely more than a normal stormtrooper costume would sell for.
Probably at least 4 or 5 times as much as they built it for.
But yeah,
Yeah, well.
so we got Visions coming up in a couple weeks. next show we'll talk about our troops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of our previous troops.
So get
single
ready.
All
one.
of them.
Once I get it
Story time.
completely together and approved, I'll do a how to put on the clone
Yeah.
if you want it.
Yeah, of course. And you too.
Or how I put on my clone.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
Rex.
You could do a Rex one. That would
I've
get
gotta
so
get it.
many freaking.
I've got to get it finalized and like 98.5% done. It's
I'm at like 87%.
there's
So
one
close.
there's one thing that needs to be done for approval, and that's I need to put the straps on the shoes, and that's all I need for approval. To actually make it wearable and comfortable, I have to put some padding in a few spots.
That's like me. I was approvable when I took those photos, but I'm wearable. I had to figure a few things out because things would kind of shake loose and sag.
That's how it goes.
That's just me in general.
Well, that's a good place to end it. We are. Oh, let's do some outburn. Yeah. You can find us on Instagram. Was it Garrison Tyrannus, where you can see
Yes.
the approval photos that we talk about in the Legion News. Then we also are on Facebook, Garrison Tyrannus. If you want to see any, I guess, events, we post a lot of pictures and stuff after our troops there, so you can keep up with us there. And then the Squadcast. Oh,
There's Serenno Squad, there's Garrison Tyrannus, Serenno Squadcast.
yeah, there is all those on
A lot of pages
Facebook.
to follow.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram.
All about the social media clicks. Got to get that algorithm.
We're not on Twitter. Don't go on Twitter.
Yeah,
There
Twitter's.
is a Twitter account, but it never gets used.
If Twitter you go, only pain will you find.
Yeah.
I tried to
dark,
make
dark place.
I tried to make the Twitter account happen. It just wasn't
Yeah,
going.
no.
It was an uphill battle. and I
Stop
was-
making Twitter try to happen, Paul.
Just stop.
Instagram is the best place for
Yeah.
Legion stuff. to look.
And
If
then-
you just want to see cool photos, Instagram.
And then if you want information on the Legion as a whole, 501st.com. And you can find the podcast, the Squadcast, whatever, on
I mean, you're
Apple.
listening to it, so you found it somewhere.
You found it somewhere, or you're watching it on YouTube. So we're on all the different podcasts: Apple, Spotify, Google, and we're on YouTube. So check us out. Thank you guys for listening, and until next time, bye bye.
Au revoir. You're gonna be
What?
32.
Are you going to
so I
get,
beat up.
Crab legs and bringing them home?
We haven't decided. She wasn't sure if she wanted that or not.
Crab? What? Crab legs?
Jen loves crab legs.
She's all about some crab legs. Yeah, and on their birthday, they go and empty the sea of crabs. They get them by the bucketful and just beat the fuck out of them.
You know,
That's
to
how
this
you eat
day,
crab legs.
I've never had a crab leg. It just doesn't seem appealing to me. All that work for that teeny tiny little nugget of meat.
Sometimes you get a nice big old hunk.
Depending on the size. Yeah.
It's like the ocean's pistachio.
I want them to just take the meat out and put it in a patty. It's called a crab cake. Just give that to me. That's fine. That's acceptable. That's my version of crab that I
Anyways,
You
enjoy.
like crab cake?
It's okay. I mean,
But
it's okay.
to answer your question, no, she hasn't decided yet.
Okay.
We might do something different. We don't know.
Well, if you need me to stay away, I will.
Well, if we got it, we just get it to go.
Okay. Chinese food.